What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? What up, YouTube? What up, Facebook? This is Lex, and this is LexTalkTv. Um, Getting myself situated. And this video right here, is gonna be about therapy. Because I actually asked a question in a group recently, and I got, varied feedbacks. Basically, and I'm gonna ask you guys this question too, because I wanna see what kind of feedback I get from you guys as well. I asked the following question: how do you feel about the fact that therapy is no longer necessary for certain, for people in certain states and areas? Apparently, there's like an informed consent kind of way of going about it, where you see a doctor and they check you out and basically that's it. I didn't go that route. I mean, I honestly I wasn't aware of that, and that's not what I was permitted to do anyway. But that's not what I wanted to do either way. So anyway, so do you feel that therapy should be required in order to get testosterone and surgeries, XYZ? My opinion, I think so. I think it should be mandatory. Absolutely mandatory. Now, my feelings on this is because, like another gentleman stated in the group, many of us suffer from anxiety, depression, PTSD, bipolar disorder, schizoaffective disorder like me. With my situation, that wasn't until after I medically transitioned that I was diagnosed that. But anyway, so we have all of these things that, we need to potentially look out for and be aware of. So that's one of the big reasons why I feel like, yes, we should have to see a therapist. Another one of my reasons is, you never know. You might be concrete sure, swearing up and down, left and right, this is for you. But man, I've seen it. I've seen it firsthand, how people can change their minds. And it could take one thing to change your mind. And this is not something to mess with. This is your life. These changes, like I said, I've been off of tea for, it'll be almost 2 years in a couple of months. And you hear my voice, it's wavered a little bit, but it hasn't changed a lot. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you're messing with your body, and there's repercussions for your actions, So, and there's a lot of guys who are not mentally prepared, guys and girls, for the girls, ladies too, that are not mentally prepared for this transition. And then you take it upon yourself to inject yourself or take hormones and blockers and all of these things, and they wind up, quote unquote, detransitioning or reverting back to, the original, assigned sex or gender that they came into this world and were acknowledged as. Now, and this is, suicide. Suicide is a big thing, a big part of that, because a lot of, and then also with surgeries, a lot of people get the surgeries and they weren't mentally prepared for the fact that maybe it came out fucked up, or maybe it didn't come out to their liking. Maybe they realized that this wasn't really for them, and it's too late. it's too late. And it's unfortunate and it's sad, but this is the reality of the situation. So why would you even put yourself at jeopardy when you could sit there and prevent this stuff? You know? And it's not healthy for yourself. Like, I'm contradicting myself because I'm off of testosterone right now. But if I had a choice, I wouldn't be off of it. But you know, it's not good to be going on and off of these things. Your body is it's not going to be happy with you. So, you know, those are two things. You need to be physically ready and you need to be mentally ready. Now, another thing that I pointed out was that with my therapist, we went through a lot of childhood things, which you find is a common trend with, you know, therapists or psychologists that are basically when you're going to them to seek out going through a transition, you'll find that they'll go through your childhood, which obviously, you know, obviously that's something that you should go through, your childhood and things like of that nature. And one thing that I had said was that what I feel is that I was able to go through these childhood memories and sort out all of the kind of confusion around like why I had felt this way when I was younger, why I had these male feelings, and why I felt this way towards my body, and why I regarded myself with these pronouns, and these little things that I did, adjusted myself when there's nothing to adjust. You know, these were all things I was able to sort out and find out and have enlightenment on, all thanks to therapy. You know what I'm saying? And I would want anybody to have that opportunity, you know, to sit there and be able to say like, wow, this is what's led up to this, and this is, you know, this is my truth, you know, this is my finding. So it's very important. It's very important, I think, you know, and coming from somebody who is, you know, very into psychology, you know, that's something that, you know, I wanted to major in. I think it's extremely important to sit there and make sure that you have your 101, you know, trans 101 with your mental health and all of that. You know, make sure you sit there and do the research, find out the different psychologists, therapists, you know, make sure that this is their background, make sure they know what they're talking about, you know. Not everybody has their best interests, and sometimes your best interest in mind, and sometimes you gotta feel them out. You know what I'm saying? It's like dating. Seriously, people say that, joke around about it, but seriously, it's like dating. You gotta sit there and take your time, pick them out, say, hey, no, I don't, maybe I prefer male, maybe I prefer female, maybe I like older, maybe I like younger, maybe I want trans themselves. You never know. You never know. So these are all things that you need to think about. You know, you can't just sit there and jump into something. And even if you feel like you've been so sure, I was 100% sure. I went in and I was like, listen, I'm a man, and I've said this before, I'm a man, this is what I'm going to do. I want to be on testosterone, I want top surgery, I don't know about bottom surgery, maybe, but I was avid, and that's from day one. That's what I said, you know, and even though I was sure all the way throughout and still am very sure, it doesn't mean, you know, that doesn't mean anything. I could have wavered in my decision. I could have, you know, and even if so, I'm glad that I did it anyway, because I got all of this knowledge, you know, of my past, and, you know, why, the big question, why. You know, a lot of those questions were answered and resolved, and I was like, I can move on, you know? So, anyway, that's my opinion. Drop one below, or a couple, or a few. Let me know what you think. LexTalkTv@gmail.com. Always feel free. Give me topics, feedback. All right. Peace, y'all.